If that's the case, India may as well pack their bags and go home.
Oh,
I
he does
don't
this all
think
the time.
I don't think you can quite say that, but yeah, look, he is such a big feature of this side, and naturally is going to have a big dent on morale if he isn't able to play. I think he will. I think he'll be fine. He's got 5 days to get himself ready for this one, so it's just a question of how much of himself he'll be able to give. Will he be able to kind of come on whenever the captain needs him, or does he need to protect him a little bit? That's going to be the question, really, and that's why India really need others to kind of step up here in this Test match.
Yeah. How do we get Steve Smith amongst the runs?
I think it's with Steve Smith. He is such a quality player, and I know there has been a plan traditionally to bowl at his stumps and get him caught down the leg side, but I actually think it was a bit of a fluke from Jasprit Bumrah in that last Test match, because there definitely wasn't a leg gully there. Yes, he bowled quite straight, and Smith, was looking to play the ball, and it is a plan that opposition teams have gone with. Sometimes in your career, you're looking at the fielders more than you're looking at the gaps, and what served him so well when he was doing really well was that you could have a fielder anywhere and he would miss them. And I think he probably just needs to get into his innings a little bit. Once he's into his innings, he's absolutely fine. When he's got a role to play, he needs to set up a game, he's fine. So I think maybe just going back to what he does best, what he knows best, a bit like what Marnus did. I know it was a gritty innings from Marnus, but he did look like he had a little bit more intent about him in that last Test match, and things were, there were good signs there. So good players don't turn bad overnight. I think if he's able to just get into his innings, he'll be sweet.
Fox Cricket, KO Sports, Isha Guha, our guest. Just running on selection. Scotty Boland would be stiff. We expect Hazelwood to come back in. Would Australia consider not playing Nathan Lyon?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, that's the end of that one then. He would be stiff though, poor old Scotty, would he?
He would be, yeah. It's a tricky one because he's got such versatility as a bowler. He's an impact bowler. He can get it moving with the new ball, the slightly older ball, and then he's a workhorse for you as well. If your quick bowlers need a break, he can come on and do the donkey work and the hard yards, but so can Nathan Lyon. And I know Lyon didn't get much of a bowl in that last Test. I think he just bowled the one over.
Yeah.
I think the Gabba suits him because the overspin and the extra bounce he gets. I think for variety, I think they need him, and also for Mitch Starc, if he's going to get the ball reversing at any stage and creating those foot marks, I think it's going to be crucial that Nathan Lyon plays. So I don't see him missing out on this Test match.
Okay, well answered. Back to Marnus, it was interesting to hear David Warner say he didn't really like his innings. He thought that he got out the exact same way he always gets out. I thought it was a really gritty innings for a guy that was out of form to really knuckle down and find a way to score again when he really struggled in the Perth Test. So interesting views on that. What was your thoughts on Marnus's innings?
I think when you've had a period or a dry period, I think it's steps. And I think what we saw at Adelaide was a step for Marnus Labuschagne. I did think he was getting into nice positions, and particularly the one he plays through mid-wicket. When he's playing that well, you kind of know that he's feeling good about his game and he's feeling balanced. He didn't play a lot through the cover region, which, that was something in his mindset, that he didn't want to go at the ball outside there, which is absolutely fine. He's working it out, and I think being in home conditions, I think will suit him. Those confidence levels going up, that intent going up. I think it's all, that the signs are good for him making a big score.
Isha Guha, our guest, works for Fox Sports. We love her commentary. Hey, Isha, is there a favourite on-air team you like working with?
Who do you think I bounce off well with?
Isha, I love you, to be honest. I love your tone. I love your inflection, your style, your knowledge, your delivery. You are my new voice of cricket.
That is some statement. No, you can't say that. You cannot say that.
I did say that, Isha, and yes, you are good. Now, don't blush.
Look, I am very privileged to do what I do, and I'm conscious that my voice is very different to others in the commentary box, so it might stand out a bit more. But I am very grateful in the sense that I've been able to work with these guys for a long period of time now. So I feel like we all understand each other. We've got our own personalities that come through, and you know, it really lends itself to being quite a relaxed feel in that box. And I've just been so grateful that, you know, I've been coming to Australia now. This is my 10th year in a row.
Wow.
And I feel very fortunate that Australia have embraced me as a Brit, as a female, as a South Asian female. And yeah, I'm really thankful for that. So thank you, Australia.
Yeah. Do you have to work hard at your craft, or are you just very natural, Isha?
No, I was terrible at the start. When I first started broadcasting as a presenter, I didn't know which camera to look at. I was really wooden. My voice was monotone. In commentary, you know, there's some like clips of me when I was working on Test Match Special from 13 years ago, and I sounded really quiet and shy. And so that's just happened as I've got more experience in the game and more skin in the game. And if I'm brutally honest, I never thought I could be a commentator. I just didn't like my voice. I still don't really like my voice. And it is something that I've had to work on, because
well done.
It's, you know, just the ability to kind of, you know, I've learned so much as well from people around me. Like, I love working with Ian Smith. I think he's one of the best at setting up a moment. Harsha Bogley, in terms of telling a story and giving you a different perspective on a particular person and the personality of that person. And I've really learned from all of these different people. And I always say it, Shane Warne was such a big influence on me. The fact that he was respectful and wanted to ask my views on the game and respected those views really just gave me confidence. So yeah, I've been really grateful in that sense.
Yeah, we've been loving your commentary. Keep it going. Keep it flowing into the Gabba test, and we'll keep this Border Gavaskar test series going. It's been intriguing so far. I'm sure it's only going to get better from here, and it'll all be on Fox Cricket, KO Sports, live, ad-free. That'll be sensational. Isha, thank you very much for your time.
Gents, thank you very much for having me and for your kind words.
At 3 minutes to 5, what a wonderful chat. Fox Cricket's own Isha Guha. We have Where Are They Now coming up after 5 o'clock.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
This Christmas, make like Dasha and rush to Chemist Warehouse for unbeatable prices on all your favourite fragrances. Like Chloe by Chloe EDP 75ml, $129.99. Don't pay RRP $225. Find the perfect fragrance for the perfect price at Chemist Warehouse.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. FIVEAA. Always Adelaide.
This January, the world's best cyclists hit Adelaide for the Santos Tour Down Under. The world's eyes are on our state for the first race of the UCI World Tour season. With 6 days of men's and 4 days of women's racing, including the fast-paced final city stage, it's a global event not to miss. Add premium experiences, street parties, and over 70 festival events, and summer's sorted. Celebrate 25 years of the Santos Tour Down Under, January 17th to 26. tourdownunder.com.au.
Want a deal on a new VW? At Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, it's easy and you don't have to wait. Their 2024 plate clearance has started early. That means you can pick your dream Volkswagen. Easy. Check out the range of new and demo Volkswagens on sale now. All stock is ready for immediate delivery, so you can pick up an early Christmas present. Plus, we have easy finance options and next day servicing. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen's 2024 plate clearance. You better be quick. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Right Price, a name synonymous with Adelaide's very best in heating and cooling, it's now risen to whole new heights, literally. Right Price are now your go-to people for all things roofing. Same exceptional service, value and quality, but now in roofing.
Well, they do it all, Right Price Roofing, from total roof replacement, including tiled roof installation, to tiled roof repairs and cleaning. In fact, the Right Price Roofing team has over 25 years' experience in roof repair and restoration.
Correct. And now I'm going to give you a Right Price Roof special. Yes, sirree. Only available from Right Price Roofing. They'll do a full roof restoration, for $4,999.
That's amazing.
Yeah, $4,999. You heard that correct. And in typical right price fashion, they'll only use quality roofing products, including Dulux paints in a choice of colours. Merry Christmas.
Yep, beautiful. Leaky roof, roof cleaning, total roof restoration. Do it right, do it once. Get in touch with Right Price Roofing. Visit rightpriceroofing.com.au.
Right Price Roofing. You can get your roof right at Right Price.
The very latest news and information. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Down to 13 tonight, sunny tomorrow 27. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. Plenty of celebrations for a Borough man. He won $50 million in last night's Oz Lotto draw. He says his work days are done after his financial windfall. Latest figures show 3,224 hours were lost to ramping in South Australia last month. That's up on the previous month, but still well down on the peak of 5,539 hours in July. Shadow Health Minister Ashton Hearn says Labor has now delivered the 30 worst months of ramping in SA history, despite promising to fix it.
People are getting sick and tired of the excuses. They just want the government to roll up their sleeves and get on with fixing ramping, just like they promised they would at the election.
A Porsche has been stolen at Vale Park. A house was broken into in the early hours of the morning. Then the distinctive blue sports car parked on the street was taken. The registration is XE489R. Anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers. Political leaders are coming together to unequivocally condemn a vandalism attack in Sydney's eastern suburbs. Anti-Israel graffiti has been spray-painted on footpaths, homes and fences in Wallara, which is home to a large Jewish community. A car has also been set alight. Police are searching for 2 suspects. Local federal MP Allegra Spender says the attack does not represent Australian values.
It's devastating to this community. It's absolutely heartbreaking, because it is intended to send fear into the community. But when I talk to my broader community and every Australian I've spoken to, they say, you know what, that is not us. You know, we do not tolerate this sort of behaviour.
The opposition claims Labor's new childcare policy could make it harder for parents to access care. Zactor Silva has more from Canberra.
Labor is promising to create a $1 billion fund to help build and expand childcare centres across the nation if it's re-elected. It'll also axe the much criticised activity test, which requires parents to work or study to access government subsidies. Instead, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says all families will be guaranteed 3 days a week of early childhood education.
Affordable for every family, funded for every child.
But the opposition's Angus Taylor says the plan will drive up demand in a sector which is already under pressure.
All this is going to do is make it more difficult to access childcare.
Advocates are welcoming Labor's proposals, saying it'll make a big difference for young Australians.
American actor Michael Cole has died at the age of 84. He was best known for his role as Pete Cochran in The Mod Squad. Now turning to 5AA Sport, Australia's newest test opener is taking confidence from his performance in the 10-wicket win over India in Adelaide. Nathan McSweeney made 39 runs in the first innings and an unbeaten 10 in the second. He's hoping for an even better run when the third test begins in Brisbane on Saturday.
Nice to spend some time in the middle. You never really know if you're up to it until you spend some time in the middle and get a little bit of confidence. So hopefully I can continue to grow from that innings and continue to spend some time out there this week.
To AFLW, and defender Ella Heads is now a Port Adelaide player after being traded to the club from Sydney, while Grace Kelly will join her sister Neve at the Crows next season after moving from St Kilda. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Still seeing quite heavy delays for the drive home at Panorama. Got a 3-car crash in Mellor in the day, still causing those delays. Springbank Road near Kent Road. Headaches at a crash at Torrensville, Hindley Beach Road near Hardy's Road. And quite busy at the moment, Portrush Road at Green Hill Road as you're heading towards the freeway. Cameras, Waterloo Corner Road, Paralawi and Chandler's Hill Road at Happy Valley. Looking for great value gifts this Christmas? Amazon is bringing you good tidings and even better value with great prices on millions of items. Shop amazon.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate current traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast down to 13 tonight and clear. Sunny for your Thursday, 27. Friday, cloud clearing, 29. Saturday, partly cloudy, 33. Right now, it's 22 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, Grant Stevens unleashes on our justice system over the attack on one of his officers. A mystery South Australian scoops the $50 million lotto pool. The well-known beer ad, now deemed one of the official sounds of Australia. And meet the Adelaide woman behind one of the nation's best-known Christmas charity drives. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
Are you or someone you know living with epilepsy? 1 in 25 Australians will develop epilepsy at some stage in their lives. The Epilepsy Centre in Adelaide is dedicated to raising awareness in the community to reduce the stigma and create a more welcoming and inclusive society. We do this by providing epilepsy awareness and seizure first aid to people living with epilepsy, their families and friends. Thanks to state government funding, we can offer this education at no cost. For more information, go to epilepsycentre.org.au.
Celebrate the festive season with FIVEAA Festive Specials. Whatever you fancy, a big red to bring over to your father-in-law's barbecue, a great Prosecco for your Aperol Spritz, or a chilled carton of lager to kick off your holidays. You'll find it at FIVEAA. Or for those hot on trends, see our range of ginger beers, seltzers, craft beers and local gins. From the FIVEAA family to your family. Have a happy Christmas. FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor store for over 45 years.
Stuck in the daily grind? Wouldn't you rather be owning your friends on the dodgems, enjoying tasty treats, competing for the highest score, or dancing off with your mates? Join us at Archie Brothers for the fun we'd all rather be having. Book your spot online.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
7 minutes after 5 here on this Wednesday. Lots still coming up on the show. Adelaide Giants baseball coach Chris Adamson to join us. We'll speak with Olympic boxer Caitlin Parker. And we're taking your calls as well. Get on the phone, 8223 0000. It's, of course, round 2 of wrestling with Ticketek today for Gather Round tickets. AFL have just told us that 195,000 Gather Round tickets have officially been sold since yesterday when they went on sale. That's 20,000 more than last year already. So that's quite incredible. We've only had a day and a half of sales, and 5 of the 9 games for next year are already sold out. So if you've had any troubles or you've had a pleasing experience, 8223 0000. It's been quite the ride getting Gather Round tickets for 2025 in this last 48 hours. Of course, you're in the running for a double pass to the 5AA Sports Lounge. Strikers' home game coming up against the Stars on December 20. You can get in the box. It's a fantastic place to be. They're valued $600 these tickets, so on the phone, 8223 0000, you can be in the running. But right now, all thanks to a Walco pool blanket, it'll keep your water clean, warm and prevent evaporation. Go to walco.com.au. It's time for this.
The 5AA Sports Shows, Where Are They Now? Past legends, past glories.
Yes, tell you what, I look forward to this every Wednesday, but when it's a guest like this, I get really excited. I tell you what, played 38 tests for Australia, 71 one-day internationals. Actually came over from Victoria and played for South Australia in a winning shield. Well, I think it might have been a little bit of two-way street, but I got to say, one of the best guest speakers I've ever seen on the circuit. And I should know, I've seen a few.
Yeah, you rave about him.
I do make welcome the great Rodney Hogg. G'day, Rodney.
Gentlemen, how are we?
Great, man.
Excellent, mate. I must admit, I have worked with you a few times and love the way you go about your work, but I did a little bit of homework on you, and Wikipedia said you started out as a batsman and actually represented Victoria's under-14s. How's that before changing to be this aggressive fast bowler? What made the change?
Oh, I don't know if that's not true. No, I was in the Victorian under 14s, I suppose, as an opening bat, but I bowled as well. So, no, I've been interested in bowling. Dad was a teacher and used to get home at 3:30, and I was always waiting for him, and he always out in the backyard. And he used to be able to get me out up until I was about 16. He had a little bit of a leg cut, and I'd nick one every now and then. But no, he got me into bowling when I was about 5 or 6, so that's not quite true from Wikipedia.
Brilliant. I'll
it
change
can't
that
be.
overnight.
His batting average in Tests is 9.75. Even Glenn McGrath was better than that.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. No, I don't think he
Oh,
is.
bullshit. Glenn McGrath got 9.7.
No,
Glenn McGrath couldn't bat at all.
That's what I'm saying, Hoggy.
Let's go back to your childhood, mate. Thornbury in Melbourne. What was it like growing up?
What was happening when I was growing up?
Yeah, in Thornbury.
Yeah, Thornbury. Nothing wrong with Thornbury. It's a little bit of a changed area these days. But Thornbury is part of Northcote, which is part of Melbourne. You wouldn't go to Melbourne. You'd probably not go to Melbourne for holidays now. It's been ruined by Dan Andrews. But anyway, I ran away 4 years ago. Go back now and then. Obviously, my daughter still lives there, so I love seeing her. But the joints in Rack and Ruin, Melbourne.
Hey, back to your batting. I actually read that you partnered Bill Lawry in a 134-run partnership. So you couldn't have been too bad, Rodney.
Where did you get that from?
Is it true?
Out at university, yep.
With Bill Lawry. Wow. How good's that? What was he like to bat with? Because I reckon he was a little bit slow.
He had a massive nose.
He wasn't interested in you up the other end, really. Fano was just interested. No, Laurie was just interested in himself. But anyway, I batted one day, and he sort of encouraged me a bit that day. But Fano, the great Bill Lawry, magnificent player, Fano.
Yeah. 1st of December, Test cap 297 debuted versus England. You got fond memories of that?
Yeah, I spoke to 298 today, actually. John McLean, we had a bit of a chat. Yeah, can't never forget your first Test match and how it comes about. Going up to the Gabba, it was a green top and it was overcast. And Graham Yallop had been told he was his first game as captain, and he'd been told we must bat, so we batted. And what were we? 6 for about 26 or some stage, then 7 for about 40 or whatever it was. I can't remember exactly, but it wasn't a game where you were going to bat. You had to bowl 100 times out of 100, but he'd been told that we had to bat, so there we were in a lot of trouble, and we lost that first Test match. But really, the first day was an incredible day for me because I did get some runs and got a couple of wickets just before stumps, and what I should have done at the end of the day's play was ring the selectors up and tell them to jam their Test cricket up their backside, and I would have been remembered as a great all-rounder then because I'd made runs and taken wickets, but it wasn't to be.
So of your captains, did you have a favourite, or did any of them not bowl you enough, Hoggy?
Had the 2 worst captains Australia's ever had, really, but eventually I ended up with Greg Chappell, which, Greg was one of the all-time greats, so I'm not going to bag his captaincy, but had 2 shockers, Kim Hughes and Graham Yallop. Couldn't set tables, but anyway, that's just what you put up with when you play for Australia. Or any captain. People have dud captains. Seriously, you go down to wherever you want to go. Yeah. You'll see blokes that can't captain sides, but anyway. Yeah, some end up captaining Australia.
Yeah, but I thought the bowlers set their fields.
Well, you should. I was bowling at Gordon Greenwich one day, and Gordon, one of the greatest square cutters of games you've ever seen. So what sort of field placement were you at? You'd have a third man, wouldn't you? But anyway, yes. I begged Kim for a third man, but he wouldn't give me one. And after 3 overs, 9 balls had gone down a third man for 4. So there was none for 36 instead of none for 9. So that's the whole way through with Kim. He just couldn't, as I said, set a table. But I was lucky enough, my whole career playing for South Australia, I played with David Hooks the whole time with South Australia, and then with Kim Hughes, and the batting of both those guys was just, you didn't want to go and have a rest, you wanted to watch them bat. And then to watch Head the other day, I was watching Head the other day, and I thought I was watching Hooksy. Hooksy used to do what Head was doing, but he was doing it in a Test match. I thought, amazing Head, isn't he? He's a superstar.
Well, there's we said this the other day. Travis Head, Buff Lehman, and
Hooksy, and all play very similar.
So talk us about your move to Adelaide, Hoggy. I think you saw the light. You've already potted Victoria, those Buff Heads in Victoria. You come to Adelaide, and we made you. Hey,
good place beautiful place to bring up kids.
Yeah.
Adelaide, I couldn't get a game for Victoria. And Gary Cozier had gone over a year early, got 100 on debut at the MCG against the West Indies, and he was a teammate of mine at Northcote. So I just decided to come over and ended up down at Pecker Park. And I just wondered, we were talking about that footy that ad you were talking to just before we came on about the all that AFL football gets played on one weekend or 2 weekends in Adelaide, and I just wondered, does Pecker Park ever get one of those games?
No, it doesn't. Yeah, the old Woodville Oval. It's still going though, mate. Don't worry.
Too small, is it? Because Norwood Oval was pretty small.
It's got the atmosphere, the parade, the
I think that it has to be AFL approved, Rodney, unfortunately. But, yeah. And those days, I was only thinking, because you played quite a bit of cricket for South Australia, but I reckon, was it the 82, maybe 82, 83 series that Joel Garner played for South Australia as well, and you guys were a combo?
What an honour, what a pleasure, and amazing, the great man. It was about 3 months into his tour. He came over and played the whole season. I think he might have the record most wickets in the season, certainly for Adelaide, but for South Australia. But I'm just wondering if he got the most in a season in Shield. But what an honour. But it took me, it was about 2 or 3 months before I could understand what he was saying. I mean, he's just a great man. Talks West Indian, and I couldn't understand him for a fair while, but just an honour and pleasure, and what a great sports person he was. I mean, his ability, really, if he had been a little bit more dedicated, because I don't be disrespectful to Joel, but 10 rum and cokes a night and getting to bed about 3 in the morning is not really the best preparation for fast bowling, is it? But if he had been able to leave the rum and cokes and get to bed a bit earlier, he would have taken a lot more wickets than he did, Joel.
Was his nickname Big Bird?
Big Bird, yeah. Correct. Hey, your Ashes series, and I know Rowey there just sort of, glossed over it there too quickly, but the 41 wickets, and I know I've seen you guys speak about that, but you then played Pakistan. You actually take a total of 76 wickets in that summer at 16. I mean, it was just a ridiculous series for you, wasn't it?
Well, don't go ahead and try and calculate what happened to the rest of my career, because when you take those wickets out of the rest of my career, you go, what was going on the rest of the other 5 or 6 years you've played? It's about 15 wickets at an average of about 80. So we'll just stick with the 70. It went pretty well that summer. I thought, what's going on here? Is this really Test cricket? But it went pretty well that season, 78, 79. But I only got in there because of just one delivery at the Adelaide Oval when a bloke called Radley was coming at the bat for England. South Australia played England at the Adelaide Oval, and I had the lovely pleasure to hit Radley in the head, and he fell on his stump. So that was the one wicket. I can still see the headlines the next morning in the paper in the morning, and that was the one delivery that actually got me in the Australian side.
Unreal.
Did you mean to hit him in the head?
Oh, well, you keep firing and keep enough short stuffs down, you're going to hit the odd bloke in the head, aren't you?
Fast bowlers. Interestingly, after that, like you were at South Australia, you were attacked. Everybody's trying to get hold of you. Now, I read that you knocked back an offer from Queensland and county cricket as well, and you took a job at, and this will bring back a few memories for Adelaideans, the High Marsh Building Society. Must have been a good job, Rodney.
Oh, look, we went away. I can remember I went there with Rick Darling. We did stay. I got an offer to go to Queensland. Ronnie McConnell, who was an auctioneer, and I went up there, and he had to pick me up at the airport in a gold roller. And I thought, how good am I, sort of thing. But anyway, High Marsh Building Society came along, so I took that job. And amazing, like we went away to India for 3 months. Worst 3 months of my life, obviously, but the food was terrible and couldn't get a wicket, and there was no sex. So it's the worst 3 months of my life. But when I got back, I went into High Marsh Building Society with my little pay-in book, and I gave it to the girl, and we were getting paid on a weekly, but it was just every week. Right. And this little, I can still see the book go into the computer, and went ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. Just the most amazing moment of my life. But High Marsh Building Society, Gawler Place, obviously not there anymore, but they were amazing to me, and I really enjoyed my time there.
How good. Did you have a bunny? Did you get Who was your bunny? There would have been someone
Had
you'd
Jeffrey
roll.
Boycott on the back foot a few times in that series.
Yeah.
Bunny, what's his name? Not Radley. I've got Radley. Well, he didn't play in that series. Brearley, obviously the captain of England, magnificent person, but one of the worst I reckon of the 41 wickets, I reckon I got him out 30 times. He couldn't bat. No, I don't be disrespectful. He was a terrible batsman, but he's one of the all-time great captains of England. Beautiful captain.
Really? Who couldn't you get out?
That summer.
Yeah.
Well, anytime.
I used to be driving down the ground. I was just wondering. It's a funny one that because obviously Test cricket. I worked out how hard it was after that season. But when you're on a roll, it's probably like Head at the moment when he rocks up to Adelaide Oval. He thinks he's going to make 100.
Yeah.
I mean, how old's Head? What's his age?
Oh God, he'd be 31, 30.
Early 30s, yeah. 20. He's got another 5 years. He might make another couple of centuries at the Adelaide Oval. I mean, that's unbelievable when you think he's the only one who's got 3. Yeah. But when you're on a roll, you are pretty cocky and confident. That summer, I did think I was going to get anybody out when I was rocking up. So, but then it worked out when we went to India and I couldn't get a wicket in India. So it's a great leveler sport.
You when you were frustrated, there's a delivery that not many people bowled, but you seem to release a few of them called the beamer,
beanball,
which is a full toss at the scone. You got into a bit of trouble overseas with that, didn't you?
Yeah, the beanball. We had a friend at Northcote called Gary Living, and Gary Living was probably, he got a 6 for in Adelaide. Only played about 3 state games, but did his shoulder. But he was a superstar, Gary Living, and we were mates. So he played for Northcote when he was 15, I was 16, and we used to say, if there's nothing in the wicket, there's nothing in the rules that says you can't bowl beamers. So we used to bowl beamers if the wicket was really flat. There's nothing going on. You bowl a bounce and nothing happens. But Ian Chappell put me in 77 or 76 when I got to Adelaide. Ian Chappell sort of sat me down and said he's going to hit me over the head if I ever bowl one to him. So I realise it's probably not the delivery there. To continue to keep bowling.
Another big moment in your career was the South African Rebel Tour, and we spoke to a few players like this previously about what attracted them and why they made that decision. Why were you putting your hand up to go? Because it was pretty controversial at the time.
Well, have you spoken to Wayne Phillips about it? What did he say?
He wanted to shoot an elephant.
No, it just came along at the end of 83 World Cup. We stayed on over. Australia, on paper, Australia had a fantastic side. Lily Thompson, Marsh, Chappell wasn't there, but Border. We had a really good side. We came about last. And we stayed on for another week to watch the finals. But in that week, we also met up with a bloke called Ali Backer, and we signed up to go on the Rebel Tour. And I mean, for me, it was didn't think about it, just where do I sign, because I was 34 at the time, or 33, so my career was nearly over. So it was good for me. The young blokes like Carl Rackham and a guy called Steve Smith and Anne Haseman, South Australia's own, big decision for them because they were in their early 20s. So it was a huge decision, but a very easy one for me because 200 tax-free in those years was pretty good sort of money.
Wow.
200
tax-free.
It's kids' money now, isn't it? But in those days, that was pretty big money.
Hey, you going to go to the test at the Gabba?
No, not at all. I live in Perth these days, so
you're over in Perth.
I'll watch it on TV, the same as I watched that beautiful test match at the Adelaide Oval.
How good.
Amazing, just the most beautiful place in the world, isn't it, Adelaide Oval? Gabba's not bad, but not what it used to be when it had the dog track and the cricketers' club. And I mean, the grounds these days, some of them are just really football stadiums, but luckily Adelaide Oval stayed multi-purpose, didn't it?
We're hearing Bumrah's out. I've nicknamed him Mudguts. He's got a bit of weight in him, Hoggy. I reckon if he's out, they can't win India. How about that?
Is he out already? Is he? Like he looked like he had
not officially
muscle spasms, but came back and bowled in the last test. So I would have thought. I was amazed that he was still able to keep going if you're bowling quick and you're in the heat and you get cramps and that sort of thing. You usually it leads to some injury. But he came back and still kept bowling. So he's out, is he? That's a fact?
No, he's not out, but there's...
You made it up.
No, I haven't. He's got a soft tissue injury. He's out, Hoggy. I'm telling you, put some money on the Aussies. They'll smoke.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Rob.
Well, they are pretty reliant on him. He hasn't been supported very well. He's led from the front. So, the series at the moment won all, but they certainly need Bumrah. We're going to rest... we'll rest Boland, and that shows how strong we are to be able to give Boland a rest, but they can't afford to give Bumrah. It'll be interesting to see what their batting lineup is. But anyway, that's the Indians for you.
Nah, brilliant stuff,
Well
Rodney.
done,
Appreciate
Hoggy.
your time, mate, and hopefully we'll see you back over here in Adelaide doing some guest speaking.
Hope so. Good to talk to you guys.
Good man. Absolute champion of the game and a champion bloke. And I'll tell you, if you do see him advertised, go and see him. Outstanding. Best thing you can do for your pool right now is get a locally made Walco pool blanket. It'll keep your water clean, warm, and stop evaporation. Walco.com.au brought us Rodney Og.
Here's your roads.
At Linden Park, a breakdown, Port Race Road near Greenhill Road. Heavy delays as you're coming from the freeway. Still got some residual delays from an earlier three-car crash at Panorama, Springbank Road near Kent Road, and a Prangett Cavern to look out for. Port Wakefield Road near Diagonal Road. Coming this afternoon for the drive home, Doothie Street, Melbourne. JB Hi-Fi's Wicked Wednesday one-day sale is on today with crazy deals. One day only and only at JB. Stores open until 9 tonight. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
5AA celebrates 12 days of Christmas with the Lingerie Company, stocking exclusive and premium brands including Love and Luster, Ginger Lily and more. Spice up your Chrissy. Visit thelingeriecompany.com.au.
This January, the world's best cyclists hit Adelaide for the Santos Tour Down Under. The world's eyes are on our state for the first race of the UCI World Tour season. With 6 days of men's and 4 days of women's racing, including the fast-paced final city stage, it's a global event not to miss. Add premium experiences, street parties, and over 70 festival events, and summer's sorted. Celebrate 25 years of the Santos Tour Down Under, January 17th to 26. tourdownunder.com.au.
$20,000. Want to win it? Here's how. Edwardstown Mazda's incredible 2024 plate clearance sale is heating up. Buy a new demo or used car from Edwardstown Mazda and you're in the draw to win $20,000. That's right, $20,000. Why would you go anywhere else? Your dream Mazda and $20,000?
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda, the #1 destination for Mazda in SA. T's and C's apply. T24/1786.
Rowey got some survey information for you here. In a recent survey, most seniors said an alert system like Care Alert was essential for staying safe at home in a truly peace of mind in a box. That is exactly it. Because, Christmas is coming up. A lot of us will want to go away and enjoy a bit of time in a well-earned break. But you know what? You've got to make sure that anybody you love is still being looked after, and Care Alert does exactly that.
Well, it's an easy-to-use emergency alert system. It's instantly alerts your family and or friends. It's ideal for the elderly. Why would you not tick all those boxes? It's a Care Alert Smart Dollar, the perfect way to keep them protected while you're away on holidays. And this time of the year, we're all away, whether it's a day or a week, giving everyone peace of mind, and that's all you want. The last thing you want to do with your loved ones is to experience an accident and no one's there to help.
Correct. It's the worst scenario, and we don't want it. So get a Care Alert if you haven't got it. Now, here's some really good tips for you. It could be free, actually, if you go My Aged Care, NDIS, state government funding even, might be able to get it for you free. So get onto it. Now, don't wait. Visit carealert.com.au or call this number. It's 1300 75 85 95. That's 1300 75 85 95. Get onto Care Alert now.
Chemotherapy, radiotherapy, immunotherapy. Cancer treatment looks different for everyone. At Lift Cancer Care, our team of dietitians, physios, psychologists and exercise physiologists collaborate closely with your medical team to help you navigate your diagnosis. And we're dedicated to building your physical and mental strength to give you the best possible outcomes. So if you or a loved one are ever struck with the C word, think of the L word first. liftcancercare.com.au.
Just call Ken Hall. We'll be there anytime at all. Just call Ken Hall.
Need small jobs done before Christmas or New Year? Just call Ken. We'll get them done right, without delay. From leaky taps and tripping power to new ovens or air conditioners, we've got you covered. Our qualified team can do it all. Working for you since 1983, just call Ken.
Just call Ken Hall.
What's on your wish list this Christmas? For people like Tanya, their wishes are more desperate.
I wish I could pay the rent and have some money for food.
Help people like Tanya by donating to the Vinnie's Christmas Appeal. vinnies.org.au.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Bang on 5:30. If you want to head on the Adelaide 36ers, we'd love to give you a double pass. You can call in right now. First caller through, 8223 0055. They take on the New Zealand Breakers on Saturday night at 5 o'clock. And it's going to be a cracking game with Montrezl Harrell coming back. All in for NBL 25. You can get your tickets at Ticketek as well.
Yeah, keep your calls coming in, 8223 0000. Your unique homestyle food text about commentators. What do you like, what you don't like? Well, we got one here from Enzo. I love Dennis Cometti, Norman May, Bill Collins and Ray Warren. Geez, big names there. Love all of those. Hi, Tim and Rowey. The only real voice of cricket. His name was Alan McGilvray. Yeah, good call, Johnny. He was an absolute legend.
5:30 headlines coming up. You can keep your calls coming in, 8223 0000, because everyone that goes to air is a chance to win our best caller prize of a double pass to the 5AA Sports Lounge.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. There's been another shark sighting. A 2-metre bronze whaler has been spotted 50 metres offshore from Maslins. Plenty of celebrations for a Borough man. He won $50 million in last night's Oz Lotto draw. Jewish leaders are calling for more to be done to boost security in the wake of another vandalism attack in Sydney. And in sport, 5 of the 9 games during next year's Gather Round are already sold out. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Linden Park, a breakdown, Port Rice Road near Greenhill Road. Heavy delays as you're coming from the freeway. Still got some residual delays from an early 3-car crash at Panorama, Springbank Road near Kent Road, and a prang at Cavan to look out for. Port Wakefield Road near Diagonal Road. Come this afternoon for the drive home, Doothie Street, Melbourne. JB Hi-Fi's Wicked Wednesday one-day sale is on today with crazy deals. One day only and only at JB. Stores open until 9 tonight. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, clear tonight down to 13, sunny tomorrow 27. Right now it's 22 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
The Reserve Bank weren't feeling in a particularly Christmassy mood when they met and made a determination on the cash rate. I guess Michelle Bullock would say, if the government's going to be Father Christmas, we need to be the Grinch.
You can't imagine her being a game show host, can you?
No.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Instead of this excited come on down nonsense, maybe you should just sit in your chair and we'll all wait for the conditions to ease.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Get the outdoor living that you want at Garden Grove. Entertaining in the garden? Come and explore the range of new and beautiful outdoor furniture, water features, garden pots and giftware. It's everything you want. Garden Grove, Golden Grove Road, Golden Grove.
Garden Grove, that's the garden. Garden Grove, that's the garden. Garden Grove, the garden that I
Phone
want.
8251 1111 for delivery to all areas. Open 7 days.
Babe, you okay?
Oh, I've got so much to do today and so little time. I've got to go to Spotlight and House and Garden.
Yeah.
Then I'm eating Sal at the Coffee Club. I've got to do the selections with Beacon Lighting. Oh, and Solomon's Flooring. Picking up the basketball ring from Rebel Sport and go to Dreamland to look at the new bed.
Oh, easy. Just go to Jeb's Cross Home HQ. They have all of that.
Oh, yes! Jeb's Cross Home HQ, of course! You're a lifesaver. Mwah. Bye!
Oh, don't forget to stop at Pestamane. We need dog food.
Yep, dog food, got it!
Looking for an unforgettable experience at the cricket this summer? Well, are you? Yeah, I am. Adelaide Strikers hospitality packets are on sale and they're selling fast. Now, this summer, watch the Adelaide Strikers light up Adelaide Oval from the comfort of your own fully serviced area.
My son did this with his chippy team.
Yeah.
He's a tradesman, an apprentice. So for their Christmas, they're going to the Strikers on the 20th.
I'm already booked in.
It was easy to book. It's brilliant. So whether you're a family, whether you're hosting a corporate gathering or planning a Christmas party, as mine and Jimmy did, there's something for everyone, from open-air boxes to fully catered functions. Don't miss out on the Big Bash action. I mean, just don't. This summer, it's unreal. At Adelaide Oval, the best oval in the world. The action kicks off Friday, not this Friday, next Friday, December 20. Still time to book.
Oh, absolutely. I think we're booked in the middle of Jan. It's going to be great. Secure your hospitality for New Year's Eve and other games. What better way to enjoy all the exciting on-field action with your family and your mates with a full VIP experience? Yeah, great Christmas present. For details, visit strikershospitality.com. Adelaide Strikers, our city. Our team.
If you're building a home, the Selector Homes Display Village is a great place to start. Your ideas and imagination will flow. There's nothing else quite like it in Adelaide. Different homes for different lifestyles, all in the one location. Walk through the sanctuary. It's simply stunning, with an incredible Jarrah facade, polished concrete floors and a sensational use of space. Explore the Selector Homes and Building Solutions Display Village, Port Wakefield Road, Burton. Visit selectorhomes.com.au.
On the first day of Christmas, Wayville Hyundai gave to me 3 years of free servicing. Every in-stock vehicle sold this December comes with 3 years of free servicing, plus a surprise from under our Christmas tree. Change the way you Hyundai at Wayville Hyundai.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
So it's 24 minutes to 6. We'll speak Adelaide Giants with their manager, Chris Adamson, very, very shortly. And we'll keep taking your calls, 8223 0000. How'd you go on Ticketek today? After, of course, we saw a lot of trouble yesterday with a lot of footy members out there trying to get their tickets for next year's gather round. 195,000 tickets sold already. That's 20,000 more than last season. So there's a lot of busy users out there.
Constructive criticism, unique home-style food text line. Rowan and Tim, you're supposed to be top presenters, are you? Huh? Tune into the interview halfway through, listen for nearly 10 minutes, then you ended it and never said who the guest was. Surely that is basic. So, Timmy, did you? I thought you did.
With the credit line, I said yes. That brings
game.
us Rodney Hogg.
Well, let's be professional here. Looking forward to this. Caitlin Parker, Sue. Caitlin Parker, Australian Sports Foundation Ambassador. First Australian woman to win an Olympic boxing medal.
Yes.
Period, full stop. Bronze at Paris. She joins us now. Caitlin, welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Oh, look, you are a star. I want you to tell us about the Australian Sports Foundation first, please.
I've honestly been loving the opportunity to be an ambassador for the Australian Sports Foundation because they really helped me in the journey to get to Tokyo and to Paris. And it was a way for me, because I was training 2 to 3 times a day, 6 days a week, travelling for half the year. You know, that can be tough. So it was a way for me to fundraise, but it was also the only place that you can do it with a tax deduction for sports donations. So it just really helped me on that journey.
And without that, you maybe couldn't have gone, Caitlin.
Yeah, honestly, we rely so much on the community to kind of help us get there. It can be tough, and I just love that it's a great way to fundraise to achieve your goals, you know, and any sport and organisation or athlete can use that platform. Basically, those benefits can flow from elite athletes. I think 81 Olympian and Paralympians use the platform, but also, you know, it's for those involved in the under-resourced grassroots, and that's for community clubs and individual athletes, you know, helping fundraise for, you know, facilities, equipment, coaching, travel, medical costs. It all adds up.
How good.
Yeah, Caitlin, outstanding. Firstly, congratulations on your bronze medal, and to break, I suppose, the drought that we had.
First woman ever.
Yeah, exactly. So congratulations on that. But I was reading that the Australian Sports Foundation, they did some research and found that 46% of elite Australian athletes over the age of 18 earn less than $23,000 annually, which is actually below the poverty line. That's because they're training to try and be the best at what they do. So this actually gives them that opportunity with people being able to donate to the Australian Sports Foundation and help people like yourself.
Honestly, so true. It can be really, really tough. Obviously, we love what we do, and we make those sacrifices because, well, for me, I love the sport, I love what I do, but I also love representing my country and, doing everyone back home proud because I've put my whole life into this. Mum and Dad, they would work seven days a week, 2 jobs, getting me to go to training and stuff like that. I actually wish I had kind of a platform like this earlier in my career. It would have helped them out a lot. Mum would sell her pies and that to get me to training and to tournaments and stuff internationally and domestically. But, I'll have to say there's a big growth area, especially in the women and girls in sport with the Australian Sports Foundation, but particularly in AFL, but, obviously including improving infrastructure facilities like changing rooms at clubs because there's more females now playing traditionally male-dominated sports, which I obviously love.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I noticed that when I had a look during the Olympics. You were certainly a little bit fortunate too that you had Adam Gilchrist as a mentor.
Oh, yeah. So grateful for that. So, yeah, early on, I think it was 2015 that I got a scholarship with the Sports Australia Hall of Fame. And I knew that they'd partner me up with a mentor. And when they said Adam Gilchrist, God, I was stoked. But my dad was even happier. Yeah. He loved it. It was awesome. And he's been great, though, honestly. Still keep in contact with him today. And he's just been someone that not only from a starting position, when I'm just getting into it, and I'd just done the Youth Olympics 10 years ago when I'd kind of got the scholarship with them, and I'd ask him, how do you deal with the pressure and the nerves and everything like that? And he was able to kind of, something that he said that stuck with me always was do your talking with the punches. I thought, perfect, I'm going to do that. And I've been able to, ask him for advice, and he wishes me luck before tournaments and stuff. So it's just great to have someone as big as him, just a legend in Australian sport, just able to call him up and ask for advice.
Yeah, good. Hey, how did boxing find you, Caitlin?
Well, I started boxing because my dad wouldn't let me walk to school by myself until I could defend myself. So I had to get a black belt in Taekwondo first. And yeah,
wow.
And so
well, gee, that's impressive.
Well, that was my first kind of time in the ring, but I was always really big for my age. So like I was 9 years old in Taekwondo fighting 15-year-olds, and then my first time in the ring for boxing, I was 13 fighting a 25-year-old. So, I mean, I guess it taught me to be tough quite early on.
Yeah. Wow. I suppose sometimes when you've got to get a fight, sometimes it's hard to get somebody in your age group, isn't it?
That's it. Well, what I'm loving, obviously, there is a big growth in women and girls in sport now. But yeah, from early on, it was tough most of the time, and still even today, I'll be sparring men, and basically get in the ring with them. And then when you get in the ring with a girl my age, I was like, oh, they can't punch as hard. Although they were still tough, but getting punched by a full-grown man was a bit different. But
Caitlin, I don't like that at all. Hey, will you go pro? What's your plans? I know we've got LA Olympics and then Brisbane. What are your plans?
Yeah, so at the moment, I'm just having a little bit of a rest. Like everything that I had was, I put everything I had into the Olympic preparation for Paris, and yeah, so now I'm having a couple of months rest, just trying to do a couple of things that I wouldn't normally get to do, and being an Australian Sports Foundation ambassador is one of those. I'm really proud of that, and just kind of taking every opportunity and get back into training in the new year.
Caitlin, well done. Australian Sports Foundation ambassador. Google it, donate, help these sporting people become great, and that's certainly what you've done. Caitlin, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, fantastic.
As
Caitlin
herself,
Parker.
her family, and our country and sport, proud.
Very proud.
Well done, Caitlin
Bronze.
Parker, our guest. And Australian Sports Foundation, and I know this through the footy club, because this is how a lot of people can donate into these sports to make sure that these athletes get their opportunity.
It's brilliant.
So
well done.
Worth doing.
Hello, Ryan at Glenelg.
Hey, mate. How you going?
Got a favourite commentator?
Oh, firstly, I'd just like to say, how good would it be to have a beer with Rodney Hogg?
Yeah. you need to be able to set a table, Ryan.
Maybe a few years ago. But anyway. I'm not a massive soccer follower, but Martin Tyler
Yes.
When he commentates is brilliant. Like when I think it was Man City won the championship a couple of years ago, and they were sort of behind and won. They're in front now, behind, and then they're in front again. And then he just didn't say too much, just a couple of words, and it's just less is more, I reckon, than a commentator. So you should get it up and play it. It's pretty good.
Well, there was one moment that he's famous for, of course, when Aguero put one through.
Balotelli, Aguero!
He is excellent.
It's like the Phil Liggett's of the world, isn't it?
How come the English have the best commentators?
You can't hear that sport without those voices. You know what I mean? Like they become that voice, and that's why it's sad when we lose great commentators out of it, because you sort of it was a comfort to have those commentators in that sport, and Martin Toler's one of those.
Well, is it their voice or it's very English? But how come English broadcasters we all rate as the best?
Well, Ishigui, you just said, was the new voice of cricket, the way she
there's something about a real
Again, I think
English
it's
accent.
but I say...
Oh, how are you going, Timmy?
I don't remember anybody doing that. No.
Well, no, but they do. The Queen's English.
I think it's
their
more
pronunciation.
It's about not overdoing it.
Yeah.
Michael Parkinson was an excellent interviewer.
There you go.
One of his
Englishman.
talents at that, though, was to be allowed the guest to speak once he's asked that question.
Yeah.
That was really important, and he was very good at getting that information out.
And then along comes Moonhead, Buffhead, Big Head, Piers Morgan, and he just wrecked it for everyone. You Piers off-head.
There you go. Can't be
Hello, Marie.
Can't please everybody. Can't be everybody's cup of tea.
No, you can't. Hi, how are you?
Hey, Marie.
Piers Morgan. Sorry, Marie, it's all yours. Go.
No, that's all right. I'll just give a bit of background. I provide the live free-to-air closed captions or subtitles for the cricket, so it's Test, BBL, WBL, and T20s. So I have to listen to the commentators all the time.
Wow. Well, that's So
job.
you got an inside running here.
Hang on. I'm lost. What do you do again, Marie?
Captions. So
have you the captions on your TV?
People that can't hear.
Oh, underneath.
They have they have the script.
So you have to type. So you type that real time.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Right.
How many words a minute can you type?
Oh, we probably get up over 300 words a minute.
And does it go to an editor before it goes, or it goes straight to the
No.
TV?
No time for editing, mate.
You would need to be very, very good, Marie.
I try. But
Well
can I
done.
just say, with regard to the commentators, and this is all said respect to every one of them,
Yep.
I love Lisa Slaker and Alison Mitchell, the two girls, but I do cringe when Ricky Ponting comes on.
Really?
And
He
why is it
speaks
so?
at 100 so fast and so technical, the layperson can't take it in.
Okay.
So that's just my thoughts anyway. And like everyone else is great, but I just when Ricky comes on, I go, oh no.
The fingers
Now,
start to
that's-
wobble.
That's
Such a
from-
unique perspective.
That is from
Yeah.
a position of knowledge and power.
Well, that's right. You've got to do the job, and you've got to be able to type it.
How good's
and
that?
make it understandable.
So Marie, what's your job title? Typographer for TV? What is it?
Stenographer.
Stenographer, just like in the courts.
Yeah, that's my background.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Goodness gracious me.
There you go.
I've just met my first stenographer.
That's all right. But unfortunately, in the new year, AI are taking all our jobs. So
No.
Yes.
So how can an AI do it? They don't have fingers?
No, it's just voice recognition, computer voice recognition.
Oh my goodness me.
The hit rate won't
I
be anywhere
know.
near as good.
That stinks, Marie.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I know, but there's nothing we can do about it. It's the way life's going. So yeah. So thank you for taking my call.
Thank you,
Brilliant.
Marie. That was a great insight.
Can we give Marie something? She's going to lose her job.
I think she's right at the top of the tree for the FIVEAA Sports Lounge, mind
There you
you.
go.
Okay. We're going to still give that
We're still
$600.
giving that away very
Yeah,
shortly.
give them that away.
AI.
Yeah.
I still don't get how that works.
Yes.
Well, apparently they're doing all the kids' uni assignments.
They can
AI.
They can.
Yeah,
do
apparently.
things like that.
Yes, very complicated
But
AI.
once you see it, I reckon, and I've read something that was AI, and I went, yeah, it doesn't sound like that person. They would not use that word. So you got to be careful. You can get word for word, and for Marie's stenography job, that is a word for word factual thing that has to
That's
happen.
it.
that can do that.
Yeah.
But it might then say, what would Stephen Rowe say about this? AI can put something out, but I guarantee at this stage it would look like, Rowey didn't say that. And there'd be words in there that just aren't in your vocab that you wouldn't use.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I hope none of my kids do my 60th speech with AI. No, Gemma, Tori and James.
Just keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
A lot of people do it these days. Let's go to Christy's speech. G'day, Ben.
Ben.
G'day, boys. A couple of points. First, Brucey McAvaney, I think, is number one in my books. But one that sits pretty close to my heart, seeing my son Ruben kick his first goal for Christie's Beach Footy Club.
Did you call?
Bringing a tear to my eye, and then hearing Mr. Rowe Senior here, Rowey Junior, watching him kick his first goal. I think was it's a good, nice moment. Other point I thought I'd call about the tickets. So I was lucky enough to have an amazing brother-in-law who sat in line online. I'm a Crows supporter. He's a Saints supporter. My father-in-law is a Carlton supporter. He got Saints tickets yesterday, being a member, but he also got the three of us tickets to Crows Geelong, Collingwood Swans, Carlton West Coast for the gather-round. So I am absolutely pumped, boys.
Oh, Benny boy.
Well done.
How good is that?
Brother-in-law, outstanding.
Yeah, he goes to the top of the tree. The cool topic is not so much favourite commentators, but what do you like in a commentator?
What do you like in a commentator?
Or what do you dislike in a commentator? I do like this one. Russ Bray, the voice of world darts, can listen to it all day long.
180.
Play the song. He even said it. Play the song. Is this Chelsea Dagger? Yeah, he said play Chelsea Dagger.
There you go.
And again, another Englishman.
True. Again.
There's a theme. Englishmen and English women are very good commentators.
They do it very
World's
well.
Best.
Yep.
I reckon it's their voice.
There's something in it.
All right, keep calls coming in for $600 worth of double pass to the FIVEAA Sports Lounge. Love to get you there. 10 minutes to 6. Here's your roads.
At Linden Park, a breakdown. Port Roche Road near Greenhill Road. Heavy delays as you're coming from the freeway. Praying at Cavan to look out for. Port Wakefield Road near Diagonal Road. And a crash at Torrensville, Henley Beach Road near Hardies Road. Getting busy South Road, Edward Sound slow. Brighton Road, Glenelg East with the Canberra Fishes Thread at Malvern. Look for the RAA sign at over 400 independent RAA-approved repairers across SA. You know you can trust them because RAA do. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
SA cricketing legend Wayne Phillips joins Rowey and Timmy each week on the 5AA Sports Show. Catch Flipper with his spin on the summer of cricket, thanks to Budget Car and Truck Rental for utes, vans, trucks, trailers, buses and more. Call 13 27 27.
This January, the world's best cyclists hit Adelaide for the Santos Tour Down Under. The world's eyes are on our state for the first race of the UCI World Tour season. With 6 days of men's and 4 days of women's racing, including the fast-paced final city stage, it's a global event not to miss. Add premium experiences, street parties, and over 70 festival events, and summer's sorted. Celebrate 25 years of the Santos Tour Down Under, January 17th to 26. tourdownunder.com.au.
Want a deal on a new VW? At Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, it's easy and you don't have to wait. Their 2024 plate clearance has started early. That means you can pick your dream Volkswagen. Easy. Check out the range of new and demo Volkswagens on sale now. All stock is ready for immediate delivery so you can pick up an early Christmas present. Plus, we have easy finance options and next day servicing. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen's 2024 plate clearance. You better be quick. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Driving down Port Road.
On the left?
Yep, on the left. Just looking by there.
Taps.
There's Taps. There they are. And I thought to myself, you know what? They're really well known for their plumbing and roofing apprentices.
Now there's Sparkies and Fridgies. Apprentices are up. Taps. It's just the one-stop best shop. They develop young men and women better than any.
Talent. And Taps apprentices have been winning gold and silver at the World Skills in electrical, air conditioning and refrigeration this year. So you know what? Talk about tapping into the right apprentices. Did you see what I did there?
Yeah,
now, the same quality that they've delivered for decades, now shining through in electrical, air conditioning and refrigeration.
So if your business looking for a Sparky or a Fridgie apprentice, Taps have some great applicants ready to go right now. So do this. Call the team at Taps, please.
Correct. and taps only for the best. Visit tapssa.com.au or call them on 8433 1200.
The BJ in BJ Energy stands for Benjamin Jack, the director, and the energy, well, that stands for savings. BJ Energy specialise in saving their clients money by harnessing the power of the sun. So book a tailored consultation with a genuine company you can trust. And remember, if they wouldn't put it on their own roof, they certainly won't put it on yours. BJ Energy only use quality materials and brands like SolarEdge. For a free, no obligation quote, visit bjenergy.com.au.
When you're hosting a family Christmas party, you might start with a go-to roast, a drama-proof seating plan, and that gravy recipe that's a family secret. But those in the know find all the answers in the aisles at Pal's. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf. They can make sure you have the best wines, beers, and spirits for everyone. And great gift ideas too, all under one roof. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Give the gift of kindness and sponsor a homeless animal this Christmas. Earn your halo by becoming an RSPCA Guardian Angel and give hope to an animal in need. Visit rspcaguardianangel.com.au to donate.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
5 minutes to 6. Keep your calls coming in if you want to get yourself a chance to win the double pass to the Strikers 5AA Sports Lounge December 20 in their first game against the Stars. Big BBL season coming up. They play their first game next Tuesday, the Strikers, so it comes up very fast.
How good. Let's go to Manapara. Hello, Frank.
How you going, gentlemen? Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Merry
same
Christmas,
to you.
Frank.
It's about that where we start doing that, isn't it?
Yeah. What I like in a commentator, somebody like Rex Hunt, who can paint the picture for you when you're listening on the radio.
Yep.
And the theatre that he brings. And also another commentating story which I enjoy is the one of Chris Dittmar when he called the Taekwondo at the Olympics and he lost the screen.
That's a great story.
Yeah, great story, Frank. And
he's as talented a broadcaster as I know.
They ran into the
Chris Dittmar.
They ran into the pub.
Yeah.
And this is no word of a lie, and said, right, who's available? Who's available? There's a young lady about to win, we think's going to win gold, and we need somebody to commentate it. And so you get thrown in a booth, and Ditz was sort of like the new kid on the block, so they grabbed him, threw him in the booth.
In you go.
And they just kept handing little bits of paper to him. And, of course, she was Lauren Burns, daughter of the great singer and actor Ronnie Burns. And that just was the only note that he had for about 5 minutes. And he doesn't know anything about Taekwondo.
Story.
How he did it was unbelievable. And called a gold medal.
He's
How
an
good
absolute
that for
ripper.
Australia?
Here's a bit of Rexy. This is just for Frank. It's over. Keep going. He had a couple of gears.
It sounds,
and then he could reverse it too.
It sounds like an old pipe that's, struggling to get the gas through.
Any chance to play that?
He might need to ring Ryco 247 here.
There you go. All right.
BL Shipway.
Let's go to Gary. G'day, Gary.
Gaz.
G'day, guys. I've got a thing about playing on words, so I'm going to slow it down, okay? Get the pronunciation right. What gout me? It isn't fair, but I don't care. This is a sporting bout. Hope I don't end up with gout. I'm living in the dream. Please take me on if you dare.
Well,
that's all.
Right on, Gary.
Very nice.
Gaz, I'm lost.
So talking about, well, as he's trying to say gout, he's the young
This is
Australian
the young
runner.
runner. Yes.
Now,
Okay.
there is something that, it's like a public service announcement for the country.
Correct.
Because this young kid is going to be a superstar for years to come, but we don't want to get his name wrong.
Yes,
Now, this is the most important thing about anybody out there. You want to get their name right. So the family's come out. It's not gout, which
Gwat,
everyone,
gwat.
No.
it's gwat.
Gwat.
So let's just get that right while we're learning this new athlete
Okay.
of the future for Australia.
Correct.
Gwat.
Yeah.
Gwat.
But
is
I
how it's
appreciate
pronounced.
where Gary was going with his
Thanks,
poetry.
Gaz.
A little bit of Pam airs about that, but
doesn't work once you get the pronunciation
Yeah,
right.
well, we have to change it
Unfortunately.
now. Yeah.
We'll have to change it.
I got lost.
Yeah,
Well and truly lost in
No,
all that.
I knew where he was.
Did you know where he
attempting
was
to
going?
go. Yeah.
Okay.
He was and
Gwat
is the actual
So
pronunciation.
he ran a time that would have put him. He's 16,
20.04.
That's it. Would have put him 6th in the gold medal run at the Paris Olympics.
200 metre.
In the 200 metres.
Yeah, so
extraordinary.
So imagine when he gets strong.
Yeah, a couple more years.
And
look at LA.
Keep the training coming and donate to the Australian Sports Foundation. Yes,
he might not
That's how-
need it. Usain Bolt saw it and commented on it, and he said, "Oh boy, wowee."
He said he.
Well, he actually didn't say that. He said,
Did he say he looks better than me at that age or something like that?
He said he looks a little bit like me.
Yeah, he
looks a little
basically
bit like me.
Quite a.
There you go.
Not
That's
bad,
going to
eh?
be an
That's a
exciting
compliment.
ride.
If you haven't watched Gwat online, make sure you
Gwat.
do. It's what an amazing run. A couple of runs, in fact, over the weekend. 1 minute to 6. We have Chris Adamson from our Adelaide Giants baseball team straight after this.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Give dinner a spin at Roulette's Tavern. Every Wednesday night, choose any pasta for only $19. Roulette's Tavern, next to Pal's, Kings Road, Parafield.
$20,000. Want to win it? Here's how. Edwardstown Mazda's incredible 2024 plate clearance sale is heating up. Buy a new demo or used car from Edwardstown Mazda and you're in the draw to win $20,000. That's right, $20,000. Why would you go anywhere else? Your dream Mazda and $20,000?
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda, the #1 destination for Mazda in SA. T's and C's apply. T24/1786.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Down to 13 tonight, sunny tomorrow 27. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. There's been another shark sighting down south. A 2-metre bronze whaler was spotted 50 metres offshore from Maslins heading south. The alarm raised just after 5 tonight. Gather Round tickets went on sale to the public today, and the overwhelming demand means 5 of the 9 games next April are already sold out, including the Crows-Cats game at Adelaide Oval. A total of 195,000 tickets have been snapped up. Diane has told Nine she was successful after lining up at a Ticketek office this morning.
Tickets for the Saturday at Lyndock because our mate lives up there. We've got people coming from interstate, so it'll be really good. There's be 20 of us going.
A man from Burra has come forward with the winning Oz Lotto ticket. He says he feels shell-shocked after checking his ticket and finding out he's $50 million richer. He says his workdays are done after his windfall and he plans to treat himself and his family. The man's winning entry was bought at the local Terry White Chemmart. The Prime Minister is calling for unity after a spate of attacks against the Jewish community across Sydney and Melbourne. In the latest incident, anti-Israel graffiti has been spray-painted on footpaths, homes and fences in Wallara in Sydney's east. It follows the firebombing of a Melbourne synagogue last Friday. Anthony Albanese says the attacks are abhorrent and shouldn't be a political issue.
This is not a time for looking for distinction and for difference. And I just say that we need to work together. I understand that politics can interfere in things, but we need to, wherever possible, look for unity.
The Coalition claims Labor's plan to scrap the childcare activity test would drive up demand in an already stretched sector. Labor is promising to expand access to subsidies for early childhood education if it wins next year's election. But Shadow Treasurer Angus Taylor says that would only make care harder to find.
We've got supply constraints in this sector that haven't been solved. Any young family who's looking to get into childcare now knows just how hard it is to find the childcare that they want. And Labor thinks the answer is to put more demand into the system.
Australia's domestic spy agency has raided the home of a former intelligence officer as it investigates a long-running case from the Cold War. Now a high-profile security consultant, Neil Fergus says ASIO's decision to search his property was based on unfounded claims. He says officers asked about an investigation he conducted into a Russian mole who infiltrated the agency back in the 1970s. Now turning to 5AA sport, David Warner is heaping praise on his replacement in the Australian Test team. Rookie opener Nathan McSweeney impressing at the crease in a big win over India in the second Test. Warner says his effort in Adelaide should silence the critics.
He's had 4 of probably the 5 hardest jobs when it comes to an opening batsman, and I think he's handled it well, and there's a lot of question marks around why they chose him, but the glimpses that you've seen, we now know why. So he's got a good temperament. I like the way he sets up, and I think he's got a good future ahead of him.
Aussie cricket players had the option to train at the Gabba today ahead of the third Test starting Saturday. AFLW star Taylor Harris's request to move from Melbourne to Hawthorn hasn't happened. The 4-time All-Australian has been offered a contract to stay at the Demons. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Breakdown at Linden Park to look out for. Port Roche Road near Greenhill Road. Heavy delays coming from the freeway. Residual delays from early crash at Cavan. Port Wakefield Road near Diagonal Road. And clearing up from an earlier smash at Panorama. Springbank Road near Kent Road. Camera look out for tonight. Fisher Street at Malvern. The Alfa Romeo demonstrator event is on now. Enjoy exceptional savings on select models until December 31. T's and C's apply. Search Alfa Romeo demonstrator events. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, clear tonight down to 13, sunny tomorrow 27, Friday cloud clearing 29, then up to 33 on Saturday. Right now it's 22 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you, I'm Kate Collins. Tonight's headlines. The Police Commissioner has questioned sentencing standards in SA after a woman who attacked a pregnant officer was allowed to walk free. A Borough man has won a jackpot $50 million lotto prize. And a number of next year's Gather Round games already sold out. And don't worry, you haven't missed the news. You can start over on 9 Now as soon as you're home.
Australia's leading manufacturer of wheels to the mining, civil and transport industries is Rimex. And now Rimex has a local certified workshop right here in Adelaide. Wheel repairs, testing and certification, custom wheel builds and a full range of spares and accessories. Rimex. Tyre supplier to the transport and civil industries, plus the Boto range of OTR tyres. Rimex. Better wheels, built strong with proven performance. Rimex. Call 707 88527 or visit rimex.com.au.
Now, if you love seafood, remember Perissos Seafoods. Yep, your destination for new season Spencer Gulf prawns, starting at just $19.90 per kilo.
Remember that name, Perissos.
Oh, yeah.
I
don't have to remember it because I go there all the time. It's just
hey,
around
get
the
this.
corner.
They've been caught out on local boats. They're called Nicole.
Yes,
that's one of them.
Correct.
Bowie J.
Yes, well
Michelle.
done.
They're all based out of Port Lincoln.
Spot on. Well done,
Picks are
mate.
the best.
Well done. So when you buy from Perissos Seafood, you're buying the freshest seafood South Australia has to offer. And if you buy a 5 kilo box of prawns, you'll save up to $4.90 a kilo. That's enormous.
Now, they also got freshly caught crayfish in a variety of sizes. They start at $89.90 per kilo. Fresh Pacific oysters, $21.90 a dozen, including whole snapper. Now, that's local and New Zealand. $27.90 per kilo. Perissos, why would you go anywhere else?
Grab a pen, write this number down and order over the phone. 8447 4177. That is 8447 4177. Or you can visit them at the store at 68 Langham Place, Port Adelaide, and you can get your order in by Sunday the 15th of December, and then you'll be able to pick it up on Christmas Eve.
Come on in.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 85 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Great to have you with us at 8 minutes after 6. Driving with Dixon's coming up with Charlie Dixon, 6:30 tonight. We'll keep taking your calls on what things you like in a commentator in sport. 8223 0000. Of course, you're in the running for that double pass to the FIVEAA Sports Lounge, valued at $600. Strikers, Melbourne Stars, December 20.
Well, our back-to-back champions, the Adelaide Giants, they're defending their title. They're sitting third on the ladder in the season. Very early days, of course. We've got their manager on the line, Chris Adamson. G'day, Chris.
How you going, guys? Thanks for having me.
That was a nice bounce back against Brisbane.
Yeah, no, it's been a kind of up and down start to the year, but yeah, it was good to hit a little bit of form on the road. So, yeah, hopefully the boys carried into this week.
Yeah, well, it's Melbourne Aces, and of course Adelaide v Melbourne. It's never what would you say, a friendly affair.
No, it's a healthy rivalry. I almost said friendly rivalry. It's probably not completely friendly when you've got uniforms on like that. But no, it's a healthy respect, obviously, and a lot of the guys are super good friends, from their time with the national team and whatnot. So it's always a fun series, and there's usually a couple of fireworks to go along with it.
We're almost in the middle of the ABL season. It's super tight. How do you think you're placed for this time of the year when you benchmark it against the other two championship seasons, Chris?
I'd say, if I'm honest, I'd probably say we're a little bit behind the eight ball. And it's just, we've had a bit of an interesting start to the year, missing some personnel, we've had some injuries and illness and things like that. So we're going just okay, and the record kind of indicates the same thing. But I think, there's plenty of scope for improvement, and there's plenty of the building still happening. So, it's a little bit different, but I do like where we're at, and I think we'll be okay at the back end.
So they're not fat on success, Chris? Is it hard for you to keep their morale up? Is the hunger there? Do you feel that you've got that, the hunger there?
Yeah, I think it is. It's a really interesting dynamic. It's probably, most similar to, the Big Bash, where you've got a pretty high turnover of players each year. So, even with us, where we've retained quite a few guys, almost half of your roster gets turned over each year anyway. So, there's a lot of guys there that have tasted success and want to have another crack at it. But there's also a lot of guys that would like to do that. They've seen the celebrations and they've seen the rings and things like that come along with it. So there's plenty of them that want to get a taste, and a lot of the guys are just trying to do what they can to give them that experience.
You're asked afterwards about a return to Giant style of baseball. What do you think they went away from in the Perth game?
I feel like a little bit, just kind of worrying about things that are outside of our own control. I'm very big on, just dominating things that are well within our control, and I think at times we're allowing things that were well and truly outside of it to affect the way we went about our business. So I think, if we can just look at ourselves and stay a little bit more internal with things and just kind of look after our own backyard, for lack of a better term, I think, we'll be right where we need to be and not let anything else affect us.
And the Melbourne Aces, I was going to do a terrible pun there and say what ace did they have up their sleeve, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it, Sam.
Well, you just did, you clown.
But I was going to ask, what are their strengths? What are we going to watch out in them?
Well, they've got plenty of experience. They've had, pretty star-studded team for the last bunch of years, so they've got a lot of guys that have played a long time in this league and a long time internationally, both in the major leagues all the way down. So they've got a wealth of experience and a whole lot of talent individually, So, there's a lot of ways that we're going to try and nullify those individuals, which hopefully will have us, having some success across the board. But yeah, they're definitely an opponent to be respected, just with, the quality of guys that they have. They're a very good team.
Thursday, that's tomorrow, is Students' Night. Friday is Kids Go for Free night. Saturday, I like this one, West End night. Get that West End can, ka-ching.
Tick.
And then Sunday is 80s Day and Bring Your Dog Day. Tell us about Todd Van Stencil, because he's closing in on an all-time ABL record, Chris. One of the greats of our game.
Oh, he's been outstanding. I like how you linked it just after 80s Day as well. He's the closest one we have to actually being born in the 80s still, so that was well done. But no, he's just a consummate professional. Just how much he knows his body and what it takes to get himself ready to continue to compete on the world stage, not just here in Australia, is unbelievable. He still can throw. He's one of the hardest throwers still in the league, and just his leadership that he has around young pitchers in particular it's invaluable, and we're just really, really lucky to have him, and he definitely makes us better both on and off the field.
So just explain to the listeners, he closes out an innings, and he's closing in on an absolute ABL record. He sits on 43, just 2 behind the all-time great. So just explain his role and the importance it is in your team.
Yeah, so essentially his role is to come in and get the last, 3, sometimes a few more outs. So when the game's in the balance and it's nice and close, we go to him, and he's had a proven track record, as you just mentioned, just to go in there and really shut the door. So, he'll pitch whenever it matters, but generally speaking, his role just comes whenever the game is in the balance. He's going to be there. He's our highest leverage arm that we have, and as I said, watching him go about it for the last 14 years has been seriously impressive, and we're just very lucky to have him on our team.
He's quoted here as saying pressure isn't real. What?
I did like that.
Yeah. Pressure isn't real.
Just something we make up in our heads.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, it is something that we talk about things like that. When I was referencing, things in our control, and pressure is an example of that. And quite often pressure, starts to become more of a thing when we're focusing on things that are outside of our control. Like I do truly believe that there's big moments in games and things like that, but we only feel that pressure, so to speak, is when we start thinking about a lot of the stuff that's outside of our control. So we try and acknowledge those bigger moments for what they are, but then just go back and stay really internal with what we can actually do to give ourselves a chance of success.
And Rickson Wingrove, he's having a good season again. He's finding it with the bat.
Yeah, the big pig. The big pig's just doing his thing. Yeah, he's oh, that's a good sound. We might need to borrow that sound. He's been great again. So he's been through some stuff over the last 12 to 18 months, but he's coming out the other side, and he's still one of the more feared hitters in the country, and he's a pretty imposing figure when he gets out there as well. And he's been huge for us thus far.
And I've been watching a little bit when you were away. I watched the as much as the replays I can get hold of, and Akiro. The way he plays. Now, I was talking to Rickson about it, I think last week, and I was saying, he was saying, look, it's a Japanese style. They play a lot more of these, almost like cricket shots. I saw him hit one close to first base and then run, get to the first base. It's a very different style, isn't it?
Yeah, the way the Asian players, but Japanese in particular, their body awareness is unbelievable. Yeah. They definitely move in different ways, than what we traditionally teach here. But just their ability to self-organise and things is seriously impressive. And for him in particular, to be able to do it at 6'8" and 110 kilos or whatever he is, it's seriously impressive. And I think, honestly, right now, I think we're not even scraping the surface in terms of what he has in the tank. It's pretty amazing. He can hit some baseballs harder than most people on the planet. So it's been fun for him to be around. And again, I think we're just scraping the surface, so I would love to tap into it a little bit more here in the next couple of years.
Sensational stuff. Well, look, all the best against the Melbourne Aces. This is a big one starting this Thursday, December 12, going through to Sunday, December 15. Should be a great round of baseball. And, mate, I'm coming out in the early new year, mate, so I'll try and
bring your dog.
Get it. Yeah, I'll bring the dog.
And a
bring
can
the
of
80s
West End.
gear. Bring a West End can, and I'll be fully fitted out, mate.
Oh, absolutely. I look forward to it.
Excellent stuff,
Good on
mate.
you,
Keep
Chris.
the good work up.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Chris Adamson, the Adelaide Giants manager. Of course, they've won back-to-back. Claxton Shields, they're going for 3 in a row.
It's an exciting night.
Oh, it's great fun.
Yeah.
It's great fun. I did a Sunday Arvo last year. I'm doing a Thursday night this time, so I'm looking forward to it.
It will be awesome. Well, we've got tickets for you and 3 mates to get there, so if you want to get there, 8223 0055 is the number to call right now, and it's tickets for Saturday night, so this is the West End night. This is a
great
pretty
night.
big evening. I see Tony Modra's going to be there on one of the
well, there you
bars,
go.
one of the decks. So
Well, he's an ambassador for West End.
yeah, so very, very good
Fluoro
night
milk.
to come.
Villies, complete windscreens.
You can get tickets as well at AdelaideGiants.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
5AA celebrates 12 days of Christmas with Wallace Cinemas. Cinesavers are back. 5 tickets for $65. It's the perfect Christmas gift. Get yours in cinema or at wallace.com.au. Merry Christmas from 5AA.
Don't miss Cheapest Chips Chippy Rewards Super Sale this weekend.
Cheapest Chips.
Members get up to 30% off fantastic deals like 30% off Christmas inflatables, craft and kitchen utensils, plus 30% off flooring and garden pots. Not a member? Sign up now online at cheapestchips.com.au or sign up in store before you purchase. Don't miss Cheapest Chips Chippy Rewards Super Sale. Live cheaper this Friday to Sunday with Cheapest Chips.
If your business needs finance fast, speak to Universal Finance right now. Universal Finance make business loans easy. Unsecured business loans and business overdrafts. Universal Finance can help your business now with same-day settlements in most cases. See Universal Finance in Kent Town or search Universal Finance. This is general advice only, and you should consider the terms and conditions before determining whether this advice is suitable for your situation.
Now, if you love seafood, and this is the seafood time of year, remember this name, Parissos Seafoods, your destination for new season Spencer Gulf prawns. Now, they're starting at just $19.90 per kilo.
And they've got all the sizes, all the way up to jumbo.
I'll tell you, it's one of the cleanest shops you'll ever see.
Get this, they've been caught on local boats, which is fantastic. Nicole, they've also got Bowie J, Michelle. They're based out of Port Lincoln.
Correct.
As soon as they catch them, snap frozen.
Get them over there. Quick, get them over to Parissos Seafoods. That's where you'll buy them from. The freshest seafood in South Australia has to offer. And if you buy a 5 kilo box of prawns, you'll save up to $4.90 per kilo. How good?
What's 5 times $4.90?
$24.50.
That's a lot of money.
There you go.
And they're the quality too. They've also got the freshly caught crayfish, a variety of sizes there, $89.90 per kilo. Fresh Pacific oysters available at $21.90 per dozen. They've got the whole snapper, local and New Zealand, $27.90 a kilo. We're all hankering,
Yummity yum yum.
busting for a snapper.
Do this. Grab a pen. Write this number down and order over the phone. 8447 4177. I'll repeat it. 8447 4177. Or you can go and visit them. They're at 68 Langham Place, Port Adelaide. It's the extension of Port Road there, just as it comes up to the big corner at Commercial Road. Get your order in by Sunday the 15th of December. That's this Sunday. And then you'll be able to pick it up on Christmas Eve.
Ready to step into your best years at Encounter Bay? Ocean View Lifestyle Resort is now selling. Explore our brand new luxury homes with ocean views. And with our health-focused facilities and endless activities, your next phase of life will be your best yet with pools, gymnasiums, bowling greens and more. Learn more at our new display centre at 1 Banfield Road, Goolwa North. Visit oceanviewresort.com.au. Hello, Cherry. I'm listening. Save across the entire range with Southern Cherry's 2024 plate clearance sale, including Demo Tiggo 7 Urbans from $29,990 and Demo Omoda 5 FX from $25,990. Plus, receive a gift card of up to $2,000. Don't miss out. Visit southerncherrymorfettvale.com.au to explore the range. 157 Main South Road, Morfett Vale. T's and C's apply.
What's on your wish list this Christmas? For people like Tanya, their wishes are more desperate.
I wish I could pay the rent and have some money for food.
Help people like Tanya by donating to the Vinnie's Christmas Appeal. vinnies.org.au.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sport Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
21 minutes after 6. Still just enough time before we get to Charlie Dixon's Driving with Dixon at 6:30 tonight for that double pass to the 5AA Sports Lounge, 82230000.
Rebel, your face is a mess.
Yeah.
What was he alluding to there, David Bowie?
Oh, it was about teenage rebellion.
Was it?
Yeah, that's what it was all about. There you go.
I liked him till he started doing dress-ups.
He started doing dress-ups. He started it.
I thought so.
He was glam rock all over, mate. He started the whole thing.
Is that what it's called, glam rock?
Back in the early 70s, there was a lot of...
Okay.
Mate, Slade used to be glam rock.
Who are they?
Slade?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, feel the noise. Come on.
Yeah, I know that song. Yeah. I know the song before I know the artist.
And they do the best Christmas song ever.
Yeah, you know the artist with the song.
Yeah.
See, I'm the other way around.
Yes.
Because that's what happens when you ADD, HD, DBH, AHD.
You know, even Skyhawks and Sherbet would have been sort of similar in the glam rock sort of era, because they just dressed up in bizarre stuff.
Yeah. What was that? Kiss?
It was just a part of the era.
Yeah.
It was great. Loved that stuff.
Who would cut the tendon under your tongue and make it 10 foot longer?
Did he do that?
Well, it couldn't be naturally that long, could it? Gene Simmons, was that his name?
Yeah, it's the man.
That was a big tongue.
Let's go to the commentary and talk to Vinny. G'day, Vinny.
Vinny.
G'day, guys. How are you?
Good, buddy.
Remember the old days, there was Wally May, Ian Aiken and Ron Kitchen.
Correct.
Very good team.
And that's right, Ian Aiken used to say to Wally, comment, Wally May.
Yes.
And Wally had to be real quick because Ian would have cut him off because, when the ball bounces up, and Wally was real fast. And, it was a great little comedy team, but I think there's only one still alive out of those three, to be honest here.
Yeah, Vinny, I think there's a great line in there when there was
good memories.
There was a real big king hit in a game, and they said, "Oh, did you see that?" And Wally May's, and they go, "Comment, Wally May." He goes, "No comment."
That's right, he does too. Yes.
It's classic.
That's true.
Beautiful memories, Vinny. Thanks for that, mate.
Thanks, Vinny.
Let's go to
Neil.
South Blinkton.
Hello, Isaac. How are you?
We got you, Neil.
Gotcha.
Ian Chappell and Sandy Roberts.
Sandy Roberts, yeah. We had a text earlier about Sandy.
From the 90s.
Yeah, very good.
You're his auntie?
No, it's from the 90s.
From the 90s. Sorry.
The commentary was great. And Ian Chappell, the history of the cricket was great. To, the good charisma.
Chappelli.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon in World Series cricket...
Thank you.
It wasn't written, but those guys that put their hand up first, Ian Chappell, Tony Gregg, people like this, even Richie Beno and Bill Laurie, who were just commentators, they weren't playing, but the guys that put their hand up first worked at Channel 9 for as long as they liked.
Yeah.
It was a bit of the old handshake agreement type thing with Kerry.
Yeah.
And he never... I suppose they didn't let him down, but he never let them down.
He struck me as a man of his word, Kerry
yeah.
Packer. I would have loved to have met him.
I reckon he would have been a very interesting chap.
Did he coin the phrase "pig's ass"?
No, not
Who
at
was
all.
that?
No, that was a bloke called John Elliott, who was the president of the Carlton, and he was the head of CUB.
Yeah, God, he had a nose of the size of about 10 men.
again,
it was really spread out, wasn't it?
That comedy
Drank
show,
a lot of red.
Fast Forward used to do that.
Yeah,
that's where you got it from.
Pig's ass.
Yeah.
I could see Kerry Packer saying that. Could you?
Yeah, but probably not on television.
No.
Let's go to Simon. G'day, mate.
Good evening, Timothy and Stephen.
Oh, hello, Simon. That's very English of you.
I am English. That was my.
He can't do anything else.
Oh well, okay.
that was my London accent brought posh.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
You were born with a silver spoon in your gob, Simon. You're a big blue
What do you mean,
blood.
mate? I was born in Wandsworth, South London. No,
There you
I
go.
weren't.
South.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah, three of the best commentators. Two were Ricky Ponting and Kevin Peterson.
Yep.
Doing the BBL when they
Yep.
Dissected each other during the break.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yep.
And the other one was Freddie Flintoff doing the commentary from the field.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
he
yes.
was good.
Actually, I warmed to him,
I
Simon.
was just going to say exact same words.
I saw him on a few things, and I ended up liking him, which is what was that
He
begrudging
was
thing.
funny.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah, no, very good.
And the worst ones are any Victorian broadcasters from another TV channel, because they're so biased, it's untrue. A Crows or poor player breeze on Collingwood, it should be a free.
Yeah, Simon.
Hey, Simon, who's your EPL team if you're South London?
Who's my... Oh, Premier, Fulham. I was born across the road.
Ah, Fulham, there you go.
There you go.
Or across the river.
Yeah.
So.
Ah, excellent, mate. Well done. Thanks for calling, buddy. Really appreciate your contributions.
He sounded like he would have been a QPR man.
No.
Queen's Park
You're
Rangers.
the only QPR man I
Ever.
know.
Only one of me
There
in this
has
country.
to be. There has to. Well, it's because it's the first Premier League team I witnessed back in the early 90s.
Oh, well,
back when they were in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Now they're in the second division.
Oh, you've done well.
All right, just before we get going, because
Give us a
Driving
winner,
with Dixon
Timmy,
is
give us
coming
a
up
winner.
very shortly. Need to get someone to the 5AA Sports
Come on,
Lounge.
Timmy, a winner.
That you do.
$600.
Do you want me to give it to you, Tim, or do you want me to do something about it?
It was our...
Come on,
Do you remember her name?
Don't just pick anyone.
Marie.
Marie.
Yes.
I've lost it. Sorry, Marie.
Marie.
Stenographer.
She was our stenographer.
That's it.
And she unfortunately, is probably going to be
AI'd.
AI'd, yeah. Her job's going to be taken over by AI. But
she's been AI'd.
She did the text for the
Captions.
people who can't
Yes.
hear
TV.
On TV,
Yeah.
and that she would typing,
Real time.
300 words per minute to get the message out.
Yeah, and she didn't
Outstanding.
like Ricky Ponting because he spoke too quick.
Correct.
She'd hate me.
Marie, congratulations. Well done. You deserve that.
Outstanding work. All
Have
right,
a great
another
night.
chance for you tomorrow to get involved in the show when we're back from 4 o'clock. Driving with Dixon next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
Yeah.